Ah, the French champagne.
I did one action for the bells today.
Yeah. So you were saying?
I was saying I can't imagine watching 50 fucking more minutes of It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. It's for a movie that wants to be like, whoa, it's a farce. Look at all this stuff going on. It spins its wheels.
Oh, constantly.
Bunch. And
constantly.
Pun intended. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a lot of driving.
A lot of driving. Yeah, I was severely let down by this film. I thought,
sorry.
well, yeah, because it's got that cast, and I know all those actors indirectly from just like watching films my parents had on, and I knew that they were all legitimately funny people, and like everyone had at least like one moment in this film where I was like, yeah, I see why you were considered a great. I understand, but altogether, it was just like you said, spinning wheels.
I've heard so much about Jonathan Winters and seen little bits of him and to be like, oh my God, Jonathan Winters is in this. That's so cool. And then he's the one, Dan, if you look, you're giving a consternation face.
Perplexed.
Jonathan Winters is like an inspiration to Robin Williams, mentored Robin Williams, this great kind of comedian / character creator, improviser. And he was the guy who played the delivery guy, the guy who had the truck full of furniture.
The one who had the rivalry with the guy with the glasses, who like kidnaps a little boy halfway through the movie.
Correct.
No, that's the other guy.
Phil Silvers.
The
Phil
rival.
Silver is the rival.
Right. Yes, the rival does kidnap a boy for a while. Jonathan Winters beats up two gas station attendants
and destroys an entire fucking gas station.
Yeah.
I you know what? There was. I obviously, like you two, had my issues with this movie, but I thought he was a shining light in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is one of the better parts for sure.
Oh, well, he also like, if they had made the movie more about him and shaved like an hour off this film, it would be a tight comedy, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think to your point there, if what Rat Race did and what to me kind of lifted the story a little bit, and what Mad Mad World didn't do was they didn't give us a protagonist. They gave us a whole bunch of people that are all not likable in any way, shape, or form, and then threw terrible things at them so we could laugh at these bad people having bad things happen to them. But
as
there was no
scream.
one.
Scream.
And you almost get there with the police chief when you're kind of rooting for him to steal the money and run away, but then it gets sinister and kind of dark and weird at the end, and you don't like anyone at all.
Yeah, I only caught on to what was going on with the police chief right near the end, where they set up this plot that the police are kind of letting these people act and drive really dangerously all across the country, essentially, because they're like, ah, haha, like, look at them go. But we find out the captain actually wants the money because he just found out that his pension was destroyed, right?
They weren't. He wanted more pension, and he wasn't going to get it politically through the mayor because the mayor hates the cops. So, and then his life was falling apart, so he decided to take the money.
He was going to flee to Tijuana,
Mexico.
That the shot, they taught us that he looked at Mexico on the map and music from Mexico gently played underneath as he gave a longing stare. I thought that was hilarious. And so he becomes the kind of villain, sort of,
or just like
I don't know,
certainly a false protagonist, because you do sympathize with him when his daughter's running away and his wife's on the phone screaming at the two of them, and he's not getting the pension that hasn't been raised since 1930. And but then he just goes insane because it's a mad world.
Right.
I kind of disagree. I think that if I had to choose any chunk of this movie to shave out to make it a tighter film, it would be anything involving that cop. Anytime they cut away to that cop, the momentum of the entire movie slowed right down, and I fucking stopped caring.
Yep. Yeah, correct.
I understand. And I agree with that, because where Rat Race succeeded is they had a much better, much funnier driving premise. Where is that it's initiated by a sort of an eccentric, right? Isn't that what John Cleese even says? I can do anything
Yeah,
I want. I'm
yeah.
eccentric. Like he's like, and that makes it make more sense. Whereas like the police not really being a part of it and whatever, is just kind of dumb. And as you say, it kills momentum.
I had to look it up after because I didn't really. The first scene happens so fast that I wasn't able to pick up on the introduction and the what was launching the story. And
in which movie, sorry?
In Mad Mad World.
Okay.
So the guy that crashed had escaped police custody, and they knew he knew where the money was.
Yeah.
So they were letting these idiots free because they knew that they would find the money for the cops.
Correct.
But I don't understand why they were going to arrest all of the people that were involved, because to their knowledge, they were not doing anything wrong. They were just going for some money.
Yeah. I thought about this, but I wondered if it was because in the hunt for the money, they ended up breaking countless crimes. They'd each,
Yes.
I mean, the truck driver damaged a ton of property, they attempted murder, they stole a bunch of vehicles, child
Running
abduction.
cars off the road. Child abduction. Assault.
Like massive damage to private property.
Yeah.
Well, and they also withheld the information from the police to begin with.
True, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's funny you say that because about the opening kind of inciting incident happening so quickly, because it's true. But it follows a 7-minute opening credit sequence.
Right. Which was charming in its own way.
It's like the best part of the movie. What I can't forgive is the 2-minute musical sequence in pure darkness that I got beforehand.
That's what I'm saying. If they
I
had,
did not have that.
Oh, you didn't have
2 minutes,
that. That's
and
what
then
made
the opening.
Yeah, that's what made the entire opening 7 minutes. It was 2 minutes of just having to listen to a song.
No,
Like,
I did not have that.
mad world.
Where there's a line that says something like, I have it written down here.
Something about chop suey, right?
Say the Chinese in chop suey or something stupid. And I was like, whoa, this.
Okay,
I was honestly in that moment. I was like, I hope the entire movie is like this.
So the Internet Movie Archive does not have that in the opening of it.
I wonder why. But yeah, so they had this long, dragged out intro, and then the opening inciting incident of the movie is like 30 seconds and doesn't really make any sense. And like, I thought the guy might have driven himself off the road intentionally, or like it was very confusing.
He was taking him on a blind curve. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you mean you didn't quite buy the wooden guardrails on the blind curve of a cliffside valley with a ramp built off of it?
Speaking of wooden, did anyone notice that the entire world in this movie is made of like wood and drywall?
Very flammable wood.
Very flammable wood.
Very
like
brittle.
The gas station walls,
Yep.
the fucking plane that they're in. He swats the windshield with the wallet and the entire thing falls apart.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, those planes were made of wood, but...
Well, you know what I mean, Sean.
I do.
The Citizen Kane of the week is